everybody? Welcome back to the channel, man. Y'all already know who it is. So today's video is a little bit different, but it's gonna be a two-part video. It's gonna be like my process on moving to LA, and I'm gonna provide some tips and tricks on what I felt like worked best for me, and helping y'all understand kind of how this area works. And then the second video is like, how is it going so far? I've lived here for a month and a half. I'll give y'all like my update on how I felt about the city so far, and you know, and we can go from there, man. Cue that intro. Alright, so let's get right into it. Part one, moving to LA, man. Like, what was the process like? So listen, first thing you need to know, if you don't know already, LA is one of the busiest cities ever, okay? So, like, what do I mean by that? What I mean is like that everybody's looking to move here, all right? So, like, that's something you really gotta, like, take in when you looking to move to LA. Like, you could legit be looking at a spot one day, okay? The next day it's gone. You can have a list of, like, 10 different places that you gonna check out a week from after you, like, done saved them all and reached out and saw if they was open. They say, yeah, gone. By the way, I'm telling y'all things that didn't happen to me, just so you know. Like, it's just that fast. Things are just moving that quickly. Like, even in my month and a half of being here, I done seen, like, I live on the street, like, Hello Apartments. I done seen just as many people leave as I seen people coming in. Like, it's one of the craziest things ever. It's just like, damn, dude, this is a fast ass city. Like, everybody want to be in LA, and not everybody cut out for it. But okay, all right, back to the process. So, how did I do it? I got some notes here for myself. So one of the first things I did was I came to visit, okay? So I was living in the Bay Area, so I know y'all like, bro, come on, that was an hour flight. But still, when I first went to the Bay, I ain't visit the Bay. I just flew straight there, got an Airbnb, and just rocked out for like 3 months, and then I checked it out while I was there. So first, you have that option. Let me just throw that out. Let's start there. You have the option of checking out an Airbnb. Find one that's kind of neutral to everything. I would probably, we can go through that when I go through some of the areas. Find one that's neutral to everything, and then like, yeah, choose that. Stay there for like 3 months based on the amount of stuff you got. Like, ask for like a 3-month little rental, and you can find this all that way, and you can go about it like that. So that's definitely an option. That's how I moved to the Bay. Can't say I recommend or not recommend it. It worked out for me, so it's up to you, like, just how your finances looking, how you feeling. Are you confident that you're gonna make that move? Because, like, you know, it's just a bunch of things that factor into that. Now, why you should visit? I believe you should really visit though first, like, regardless, is because you need to figure out what area you want to be in. Now, I know you could just Google this yourself, but like, it's super important to understand how, like, the traffic works, like the area you want to be in, the type of people you want to be around. Like, where you live at could literally provide you a total different experience of LA. Like, I know I'm supposed to tell you on the next video, but I can tell you I love it here. I love it. But just as much as I said that, I could ask like one of my associates that live in downtown LA, and they like, man, I fucking hate it here, man. It's always this and this and this, you know. So where you live at will really provide you a different experience. So I think it's super important to come check it out first. So let's go through some of the areas that I checked out before I came. So Santa Monica was my top choice, Santa Monica, Venice, because it was right near the beach. I know like it's hot here, so you'll definitely get some hot days. And I was thinking of the fresh air coming in and all of that. But for me, that area was just a little too touristy. Like, it was way too much traffic out there, like, all the time, and it definitely had a strong, like, homeless population. And so for me, that kind of just, like, kind of negated it out, because I was like, I don't really want to be, like, in traffic 24/7, because I know people are like, oh, that's everywhere in LA. It is not. Like, I promise you, it's not everywhere in LA. Like, I know what people think, but it's not like that. Like, traffic moves here, like, to be honest. But based on the area you in, that's where it changes. All right, next area I looked at was Century City. That's kind of where, like, a bunch of the tech people work. I'm in tech. You feel me? I mean, and like tech people live, I meant to say. And like, I would say that's more, now remember, it's only my month and a half process. So let's throw that out there. That's more for people who, like, you doing good career-wise, but it's also a really nice area, kind of central to everything. And so I was really eyeing that area, but I kind of backed away, just because for me, it like was a little bit pricey. And I told myself, like, going forward in the future, that I'm not spending like $3K and up on like an apartment anymore because you don't own the shit. Like, I'd rather not do that and just search super hard for like a really good spot that's like in like a better range. So that was why I didn't go to Century City. I mean, it priced me out. Fuck it. Let's call it what it is. Like, I wasn't gonna spend over $3,000 for like a 1-bedroom. So I was just like, nah, I'm good. Like, I'm gonna pass. Next up was Koreatown. Okay, so Koreatown is like close to DTLA. Like, it's in the mix. There's definitely shit going on out there. But it was a little too dirty for me and a little too clustered and hella traffic. So like, that phased it out. I ain't even got to continue going on that. DTLA. I mean, we all know about downtown LA. Stupid lit. Always stuff to do. But again, that traffic, man, it was just absurd. And I was just like, could I really like never get in my car and ride nowhere? I'm gonna be walking a lot of places. Phased out. Oh, pricing in downtown. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't cover prices in Koreatown. Sorry about that. Koreatown pricing is good though. Let me throw that out there. Like, out of all the spots you get some really nice-ish for like the price, it was good. I don't know what the actual apartments is like, if they got roaches there, but no, there was some good price places in Koreatown, so definitely check that out. DTLA actually has some really good prices too on some of their spots, so I would not like knock that out as to not do it, but you gotta understand that's also close to like Skid Row and all those other things. Not every part of downtown LA, so like you gonna have a stronger homeless population like in those areas, so it's just something to keep in mind. I know homeless people all over LA, but it's like definitely congregated more in certain areas. It's just a fact, okay? It's like, it is what it is. Next one is Studio City. So Studio City is in North Hollywood. Not exactly in the mix, more of the suburban feel to LA, like if I had to say, but not too far away from everything. So you like 10 minutes from West Hollywood, 30 minutes from DTLA, 40 minutes to Santa Monica based on traffic. Like, but I'd say like it's more like creative space, like actors. People would say struggling actors, but like I would just say actors are here. Different artists, musicians, different things, like people who really grinding. Like in that field is definitely in Studio City. And yeah, it's not exactly in the mix, so that could play a part for somebody who's looking to turn up all the time and everything. You definitely be commuting to West Hollywood to get lit, which I think leads us right into West Hollywood. So West Hollywood was my top choice. Super like lit area. It's always ish to do there. For me, what happened? The reason I did not go with West Hollywood was because I think I just couldn't find a place that was insulated enough. Like, so I wake up at 4:30 every day to hit the gym, and like for me, I go to sleep at like 10:30, and so like the nightlife portion of it affected me a little bit, but it was like I couldn't find a place that like that was in my price range that like I ain't have to listen to the people upstairs or around me. That matters to me. You feel me? I know some people can get over it. I'll like fucking lose my shit. Like, so I doubt that was important. In the last area I checked out was Mid-Wilshire. Could be saying that wrong, but that place is centrally located. A little bit pricey. It's kind of like, I don't want to say it's next to, but it's close to like Beverly Hills, and like, but it's like kind of in the middle too of everything. And so I think that's a really good spot to check out. Price range is definitely a little bit more on the higher side, more of like a Century City vibe. But again, all those things don't matter if you have roommates and stuff like that. I don't like roommates. I just like kind of doing things on my own and being on my own time. So like regardless, I was looking for a 1-bedroom. Like I just was cool. Like that's just what I wanted. Now, apartment requirements. They a little bit wild. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. Like, all right, I'm gonna speak on majority of people, because if we want to get really percentage wise, only like 26% of Americans make between 100,000 and 140,000 a year. Okay, so like we just trying to keep it honest here. This ain't fake for the flex Instagram shit right here. We just being honest that probably not everybody watching this video is making 120,000 a year. Like, you know, it's just a fact. And so, you know, your rent like you might use more than 35%, what is that golden number? 30% of your income like might go more than your rent. You might be at 50%, you might be at 60%, but you just balance out your other 40% of how you spend your money, and you're still living a good life. You know what I mean? So like, but out here, the apartment requirements, yo, you need to make 3 times the amount of whatever the spot costs. So if your spot is like, clearly, I mean, it's common sense, y'all know this, but if it's $2,000 a month, you need to be able to show that you make $6,000 a month. And like, man, a couple of the places I applied to, they like wanted your bank account information. They wanted like your last 3 pay stubs of like multiple bank accounts. Like, it was crazy, like outside of the damn credit score. It's like, so I'm like pulling up my credit score, I'm like, it's already a good score, but y'all still want more. And then they even verify, they make sure they verify with your job. It was like, whew, that was some work, like getting a spot, because I was even sitting there sometimes like, bruh, like you realize like if the rent's only $2,000, like I don't need to make $6,000 to pay for the rent, right? But I also get that we coming out of a pandemic, and there was a bunch of rules put in place where people might not have been paying their rent. It's like that. So I get it though too on the flip token. But I would just tell y'all, what I want to give, what is my best advice with that? Don't just go around filling out applications, okay? I don't know exactly how that works. Maybe like the renters get paid or the property manager gets paid off the applications that go in and get denied. Like, I don't know the rules. Maybe that's what it costs for the credit check. But like, I've known people to like go put in like 10 applications. All them shits get denied. Put in 11th one, that one get accepted. But shit, you just lost like $300 to $400. You know, the applications be like $30 a piece. Like some of them more. So it's like, you put in 10 applications, that's $300. So like, I would just say watch how you, if you got it, don't trip, right? But I would just say watch how you applying to places. Like, I would try to make sure you speak with somebody first. Like me, I applied to one spot where I actually talked to the person, but they ain't even like run my credit. Like I would know, because my thing would have told me they didn't even run it. They just got my quick $30. But I also was real conscientious of this. So I like made sure after that when I was like, all right, bet, we had a good convo and everything, but they ain't even run it. So clearly they pocketed the 30, even though I paid online. So like, that's why I say they must get paid somehow. I don't know. But what I was gonna say was, but my next property, the one I'm in now, man, when I met this lady, like the property manager, like I made sure we went into depth about things and like what was expected if you actually like go and rent this out. Like, I mean, we had phone convos and everything, and then by the end of that, I felt good enough that I was like, all right, she really trying to get somebody in there. She clearly see I'm interested. She broke everything down to me. Reviews for the place was hella high, like 4.8 out of 5. I was like, fuck it, let's do it. Literally put in the app. She calls the next day. Yeah, you got approved. Send in this income info. Whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. And now we got in here, and now I'm living here. So like, I would definitely say, just try to like build rapport with your property managers. Like, and I know everybody personality ain't like mine, like where you just outgoing and you always just like on the like ha ha ha, like you up, like great energy. But like, just do your best, because I would say that like, you don't just want to be calling the place, hey, is it spot vacant? Yes, okay, I'm putting in an app. Bruh, I just don't, like I said, I don't know how that works, but like, I just don't want y'all to fall victim to like just putting in applications, and then you lose all your money. Fuck, you lose too much, put too many damn apps in, you fuck around and lose the first month's goddamn deposit. So like, just there, pay attention to that. And yeah, I mean, it coming at the end of the day, like, what I'm trying to say, if anything else I really need to show y'all, tell y'all, oh yeah, why you need to confirm your area too, another reason is because like, let's just say you decided to go to Long Beach, right? Because it's cheaper. You need to recognize that somebody in West Hollywood probably never gonna hang out with you if you're in Long Beach. Like, that's a hell of a trip to like make the visit. You know what I'm saying? It's still all LA, but it's like, man, that's kind of far. You know, if you live in Santa Monica and you trying to date somebody in Studio City, man, that's gonna be tough. Like, that's almost an hour and some change commute, like to be able to visit this person. Some people make the trip, my ass ain't. But like, some people will make that trip. So like, I would just say that's another important part too, is recognizing like, where do you think your community is going to be? If you think your community of people is in downtown LA, but you can't afford to be there, then you might want to stay in like West Hollywood, Koreatown, like stuff where you at least close to that mix of people. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's something I would definitely factor in. And then how much money do I think you need? Okay. When I first moved, in general, I can't count the move here because I'm in a totally different situation. I was like coming from the Bay. My career's already going. I'll go off when I first moved to Cali. I had 10K in 10 boxes, okay? I ain't have shit. I worked 7 days a week for like, man, like 6-7 months straight because I knew I was making that move to Cali. So I want to like provide that context too. I definitely had like 3 jobs. I was working my ass off. I had saved up 10K and I dipped. Man, money just goes so fast based on how you end up living. Like, I know y'all could be totally different from me, but just for me, I ended up moving into a spot. I needed to get some furniture because damn it, I slept on the goddamn carpet for 3 days. And let me tell y'all, man, it could be age, but my goddamn back was hurting so bad it wasn't worth it. So making sure you got enough money to buy that mattress on Amazon for like $200 and like, and you might as well get a good one, because like, what you gonna do about $50? And you buy an air mattress, but like, what you gonna do about like a $100 like Amazon mattress, and it's, you sleep on it for like a couple of months till you get your bag up, and you're gonna throw it out, get a new one? I just think that's a lot of work. So like, do you need 10K? No, but man, that shit went quick. Let me tell y'all, man, if you don't already have everything lined up for yourself, like, and you got the money coming in, I ain't talking about auditions, but you don't know how they're gonna play out. Like, if you're an actor, I ain't talking about a couple of music gigs, like, cause you're a musician. I don't know if that's really called, but I'm just making like a couple gigs. But like, if you really ain't got money guaranteed established coming back in, like, man, you don't want to come out here with no money. Like, I ain't seen so many people do it, but they like living in their cars. They like complain all the time about how much of the grind it is. Like, and I don't know, I just feel like their energy is so fucked to be able to enjoy LA because they came under the wrong circumstances. And I'm not knocking your grind though. If you like, bro, I will get out there and work 5 jobs and I'll be good. You do that shit. Alright, you do that shit. But my ass ain't doing it. You feel me? So like, I would just say, like, you gotta know who you are as a person. You feel me? Before you make that move. But man, that was everything on the process of moving to LA. Hopefully I provided y'all enough context. I know I kind of shot through this one. Damn, at 15 minutes. Oh man, hope y'all enjoyed that video. Look out for part 2 on how my time has been going.